All right, so we're back. We're in a new location this time.
It's red.
Some things changed since last time.
A little bit.
Yeah, we kind of decided to go with this new studio, this new format to just kind of like. I think it's better. I think it feels more like we're more private with everyone.
It feels more like a studio almost. At least for like in a podcast sense.
Exactly.
It's not, of course, not an architectural studio, but we're not an architectural podcast. We don't really need to be there. I know we've lost some of the character.
We'll
but like we
can
spice it up a little bit.
Yeah, with time.
Yeah.
But I think that that this studio is definitely better. I think it's what this podcast needs, and I think with every other video we'll just improve on making this podcast better because that's what we strive for.
Yeah.
We want to achieve. All right. Now that we introduce our new set, welcome back, Chase. By the way, this is our first time recording after the break, after not seeing each other. So
true.
We're back into this podcast vibe. We were away for a little bit, and there's
a little bit.
Yeah, there's a couple of things coming up. So,
Thon.
First,
we have a first guest.
Yeah. Sorry.
Really quick. We got a first guest.
Go for it.
We're getting there. It's gonna be pretty special.
Yeah. So we officially booked our first guest. We will not spoil who it is.
Yep.
Although some people know, but
those who know.
Those who know, but those who don't know, the person is going to be very exciting, and he's also very talkative.
Very, very talkative.
So I just want everyone to be ready for a maybe longer podcast than an hour, maybe an hour and a half. I would hope that it's an hour, but maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see how it goes. But yeah, there's a couple of things coming up. You know, we started our project.
Yep. I guess we started NCMA. We're back in the groove, I would say.
Yeah.
So workload's gonna go back up.
Yeah, exactly. But we have a better schedule. I feel like both of us have a better schedule this semester. I at least do.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna be resting way more than I was last semester. I'm gonna be able to actually sleep in.
I hope I can do the same. We'll see.
Yeah. It's definitely an improvement. But there's also, we're going to New York tomorrow.
Yep.
Day before
2-day
we're
trip.
Recording this. Yeah.
Full studio.
Exactly.
Our whole year.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting how this one is gonna go because last year we went for three days.
Yeah, we had one full day.
Oh, one full day. Yeah. So technically 2 days then.
I guess.
We'll round up to 2 days.
Yeah.
Around. Yeah. So it was a little bit like, it was nice. It was an experience. But
it was a lot more freedom.
Yeah, this one is more architectural concentrated.
Definitely.
But that's okay. I don't mind it.
I'm looking forward to it.
The March of Death.
Death March.
Death March. Sorry.
My bad. They don't like that anymore. It's the MOP.
Is that what they called it?
They called it the MOP. I forget what it stands for, but it was MAUP, MOP.
Yeah, they had a nickname for it. I know it was something, but I don't remember it was the MOP. So
just the Death March.
Yeah, let's just call it a Death March.
I'm not changing.
Are you excited for that?
Yeah. There's a list of like, what, 50 plus?
50 plus. I think it was 54.
And 10, 11 miles
of
walking.
Something like that. Yep.
It's gonna be a long one, but there's gonna be so many cool buildings. I mean, there's a ton that
Shake
at
Shack?
least I saw Shake Shack. There's a ton.
We're stopping at a Shake Shack, and we're not eating lunch there.
We're eating at Subway.
We're gonna eat at Subway. Yeah, exactly. This is the most dumb thing I've heard about our trip to New York City.
It's the most studio thing, though.
Let's go.
You gotta admit.
Yeah. True. I mean, Subway experience is going to be interesting with all of them.
60,
I want to see
60 people.
Yeah, I want to see Reggie eat what his Subway order is. Those who know, shout out Logan, my boy from California.
Yep.
He knows how much I used to eat Subway. This is a completely off topic. I did not think we were gonna be talking about this today. When I lived in California, I had Subway possibly every other day.
All right, that's wild.
Because my dad would be working.
Yeah.
I hope my dad is watching this, but he would be at work, and I would come after school, and I would just like have to go grab something. So I would go to Subway because it was literally a like 2-minute walk from my house, a walk, and I would just like go and get it. And the people, I came back to California. I think I was in 10th grade, or 10th or 11th grade. I came back. Those people remembered me. After 3 years of not being there, the same people work there, and they all remembered me from when I left.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's great.
I was so happy to have all those people in there say, "Oh my God, didn't you used to live here?" I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Oh my God, how you been?" and all that stuff. So
Nice.
So yes, I was very excited about seeing everyone. But yeah, I'm excited about this New York trip, and definitely it's going to be this one. But we can talk more about the New York trip as we go.
As we go.
Yeah. We just bring it up,
yeah.
toss it in and there, because it's a mix-up with the Penn State stuff that I would like to talk about.
Sure.
But yeah, so we're going tomorrow to New York City. But what else we're going to look forward to is Thon.
Thon. I have not done a Thon before. I didn't go last year.
I've never been to Thon.
Actually?
I've lived here since 2019. I have never been to Thon. I've never actually I've only seen clips.
Yeah.
But
same
I've
here.
never actually, and I would like to bring this up. Our high school does something called the mini-thon.
So did mine.
Really?
2 hours away we did our own mini Thon.
How did it go for like the whole like weekend or
No.
how
It
long?
was like a one night thing. Maybe 6 hours?
I think it was how much?
6 hours? Something like that.
Ours was way longer than that.
Yeah, ours was like a mini Thon. It wasn't
okay.
terribly long, but we had one. I never did that one either. I'll be
No, I
honest.
never did it, but I think it's like now that I look back, maybe it could have been fun. I just
Yeah,
like I was busy.
I think it definitely would have been fun.
Yeah, but definitely running the mini-thon was something that like I saw that was happening, but now Thon, this like huge organization at Penn State University,
Yeah.
this is something that brings people together. And you know what I love about Thon? Like
What's
the cause is great. I love helping children. I love doing all of that. Like I think it's such a great idea. What I love the most, I love to see the stress that goes before it. It's for me, it's hilarious to see people stressing about this Thon before it has even begun, because it just shows how much people care truly about it.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's absolutely amazing
Certainly.
how much people care about this and how much people that come to this university live with this.
Yeah.
Because as you said, you're from Lancaster, and
I'm from Lancaster, yep.
Yeah,
2 hours
exactly.
away.
Yeah, and you've never been to it. I lived in this town for over like what 6 years now, something like that.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah,
6.
6 years, yeah, and close to 6 years, yeah, 5 and something. It's going to be 6 in June, if I'm not mistaken. Either way.
Right around my birthday.
Huh?
Right around my birthday.
Yeah, exactly. So, so Thon coming up.
Yep.
Are you gonna go at least see it this year?
I think I will.
Yep.
As long as, I think we have a
day off. We have the Monday off too.
Yeah.
So they did it perfectly this year. So
Yep.
so if someone is, the frat dudes that are in architecture, so
Yeah.
they can sleep in, and the other sorority girls and all those people, I'm supporting them. The AIS Thon,
Yep.
also supporting them. I'm probably gonna be there with the AIS. I would.
Oh, nice.
I actually was not in AIS Thon, but somehow I ended up in it.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna be down there.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that because I value my sleep. That's what I it's not that I don't do it because I don't want to do it. I
Yeah.
feel like I would fail. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
But I will be there. I'll be there to support the
Okay.
AIS group, and I will swing by just to check it out and support our friends, because I think it's great cause that we are running. But what do you think about the Thon and just like the whole organization, and like what as someone that's not been on, of course?
Yeah. Again, I also think it's great, like what we're doing or what they're doing.
Yeah.
Everybody who on campus, like who supports it, everybody who goes, like, it's such a big thing. It's over in the Bryce Jordan Center, which is just a massive venue. I definitely think I'll go as long as there's not stuff that I have to do. Like if there's things that are happening and like I seriously just can't make it, then I can't make it. But otherwise, I would like to go this year.
Yeah. What has turned me off a little bit over the years was the idea, like, you know, for me, idea of helping children with cancer is beautiful.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine what a family is going through.
Nor can
it
I.
actually is putting me into tears right now, but I'm not gonna cry on the podcast. but I'm very emotional about this topic.
Yeah.
I very much cannot believe what the people go through, and I would love, you know, for as many people to support, but I don't like the idea that, like, when people are out there, and I know it's not everyone, because it's there's morals of humans have morals, and I love when people have them. I don't support the idea that we're going there and some people start drinking.
Yeah, no.
In there, or start doing drugs.
Yeah, some of the stuff that goes on in there is just, I don't know.
Exactly, and that's what's thrown me off. It's not like I don't support it because of that, but it's definitely like,
you don't support that specifically.
Exactly.
You support the overall, like the idea and like what they're pushing, but not what's kind of happening.
Thank you that you understand me, because I've said this many times on the past, and a lot of people were very like, yeah, but it's not the majority of what's happening. This is, if you're just not understanding the cause behind it and everything. And I always explain that I am understanding the cause, but I will not support it until this is taken out. I don't know if I want to be down there and do it myself. I will always support the cause.
Definitely.
Because I always donate.
Yeah.
And I don't share this because I feel it's my personal thing. I've actually started donating since 2023, and I just don't. It's my thing. I don't share it.
Yeah, but you don't have to.
Yeah, exactly. But I have donated in the past, and I like to support. But I don't just go down there and I don't dance, because it's just standing like next to those so many like frat people and just like this and this. And as I said, it's not everyone that is like this, but I definitely know it's happening. 100% know it's happening.
Yeah. I've heard the same stories, like, of people doing these things, and it's
it's just wrong.
It's wrong.
And I hate it so much, but at the same time, I'm so happy that this organization is happening, because it's a beautiful thing, and I think this is a number one thing in the nation. I don't think there's many other Thon. Like, this isn't a multiple college thing, right? This is just like
I'm
Penn
pretty
State
sure
kind
this
of
is
thing.
just Penn State's thing.
This is amazing. That's why I love this university.
Yeah.
This is for things like this. You know, we have our things. We're wild. We are how we are.
We're a party school.
But at the end of the day, I think it's beautiful how like our community of this university comes together, and we start like merge into this like giant, like, you know, we are after all.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that. I love that whole idea.
And again, like what you're saying, the cause and helping children who are in the hospital. Yeah. Unlike you, I haven't directly donated to Thon, but I've done other stuff, like there's some car meets near my house that they'll support other like organizations. So I've done stuff for Toys for Tots. Stuff for, I think there was one that supported a horse ranch that helps kind of injured horses. Yeah. And takes care of
animals.
them.
Animals is a different type of support, because
animals is a different type of story.
I love to support the animals and how just like the shelters and everything.
But like, it's always fun to do these events too, because the car community itself is great. Supporting these causes is always just the best thing, and then you just get to see all these cool cars. Sometimes you even get to see those kids like that you're helping with Toys for Tots. The first one I went to, we actually directly dropped off all the toys that we had directly dropped them off to one of the places, and there was kids outside. There was kind of kids like on the curbs, and it started with these supercars. The actual main hosts, they came through, so all the kids were super like hyped about those supercars going through, and they started ripping down the street.
That's so beautiful.
And then I came in with my slightly modded car at the time. It's more modded now, but back then it was slightly modded. I came in, I was like, oh yeah,
this is it.
Give them all the toys, and then ripped it out of there. I saw them videoing, and I was like, let's go.
Yeah, that's where it gets you, because it's always beautiful to see people not only appreciate your work, but see them happy.
Yeah,
see people happy about you.
See that
bring
excitement
joy to someone.
Yeah, just like even like in the line, just sitting there, you can see how happy they are. Just the joy on their faces. Exactly. It was great.
Joy on my face, but you know what doesn't bring me joy on my face?
What's that?
Penn State athletics.
How so?
I'm always so mad at Penn State athletics. Too many times have I lost my... Okay, I'm not gonna say the word composure. That's what I will say. But we can fill in the blank of what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Either way, I was over the weekend, seeing my dad, of course, because he came up for the Penn State fencing meet that was organized at, as I said, Penn State.
Yeah.
Of course, he's now in UNC, so he is there. He came up, and when you're there, you don't know who to really support. Because at one hand, I love my dad. I love my dad so much, and I want to support him. But on the other hand, it's Penn State. It's my university. Like that's the university I represent, and I don't really know who to support. Like, and I'm there, and I'm like, Penn State is fencing UNC, and it's like, yeah, you clap for them, and it's kind of like, who do I clap for?
I mean, I'd say you're kind of. If I was in that position, I'd be rooting for Penn State, like the team, but I would also be rooting for, in your case, your dad, but not so much the team. Like rooting for your dad's work and like the time that he's put in to train these students, these athletes.
But Penn State was doing so awful, and the situation. The point is that the situation with my dad and Penn State is a little bit. I'm not gonna get into it, but it's just complicated. It's a little bit like he was a coach here, he was a coach at Penn State, and then now he's a coach at UNC. So it's like he went from Penn State to UNC, and I have my information, and I just know people the fencers in Penn State are just not happy with the current situation with the coaching staff at Penn State, especially the head coach.
Yeah.
And I watched them fence UNC, and in my heart, I am like, I wanna see my dad and those fencers beat Penn State.
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost a little bit like I wanna see Penn State fail, but that's not what it is. I just want Penn State to understand what they have lost and how. My dad is an amazing coach. He's such a great coach. Honestly, for fencing, he's almost like a mentor to those people. And I've never heard anyone complain about my dad as a coach. But yeah, it was an exciting weekend, and it was happening on Sunday. And Penn State just did not perform. They just did not perform. It was actually one of the worst meets I've seen from them. It was actually very, very sad, but UNC did really well. So
it's kind of like a almost you could say a win-win.
Exactly. So I was in between, and but of course, Penn State fencing is not the only thing that I support. Penn State football.
Penn State football. This is the one I know at least a little bit about.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to get to that. How do you feel after losing in the semifinals?
That was tough. I'll be honest.
What were your emotions? I don't think we've talked about this ever. So
I think as almost all of us would be a little bit upset.
I think little is a little bit under exaggeration. I think a little bit people were more than a little bit upset.
Well, yeah.
Like me.
I was a little bit upset. I was like, oh, well, in the end, it's like, what are you going to do? Yeah, I mean, you lost. Overall, it was...
Fire the head coach. That's what you can do.
True.
My opinion, personal. Some people may disagree, some people may agree, but...
Yeah, I mean, like, of course, there are things you can do. But, I mean, overall, it was a pretty good game. There were some things that was like... they definitely could have done things different. Or
definitely.
Certain stuff that's like... You in the moment, you're watching and you're just wondering, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Because we've seen previous games where they try and do...
We watched the Big Ten game, right? That's why. I was watching it with you and Eli.
I believe...
Yes.
Maybe.
In studio.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. With Oregon. Against Oregon.
Yeah, against Oregon.
Yeah.
Like, there's things that we've seen happen. Like, they do the same play, and it's just never really worked.
Yeah.
So why are we doing this again when it's just not something that we can do consistently?
I feel like they're trying to kill time, and they're just trying to run through it, and they're just trying to see if, hey, maybe you will try it. Let's see if it works. The only point is, this is fucking semifinals of NCAA, and we're trying something that could work. No.
Yeah.
You do not train for this. Let me say this. If you're making that amount of money that these athletes are making right now, and NCAA got you covered, and you want to call yourself guys professionals, act, play, and be a professional. I stand by those rules.
Certainly.
If you want to call yourself a professional, be one. Because I don't call myself right now an architect if I didn't finish my undergraduate.
Yeah, I always say, sometimes I'll just say architect because it's easier.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times I'll say architectural student.
That's what I usually say. I usually say architectural student just in the matter of respect, out of respect to our profs and out of the respect to our colleagues, because colleagues as in like in the architectural field that are already became architects, just because I feel like it's important to find your balance in who you are and what hierarchy you are right now. But yeah, I think these athletes, they need to just perform better.
Yeah.
You just need to show up. You need to show up in those games. So okay, you continue because I don't want to start going on a rant, but
I mean, I don't really have much to add. I'd say I know you were saying like they were trying to kill time, but I guess the sort of plays that I was kind of pointing out or alluding to were when they always rushed to the line of scrimmage to play the ball again.
Yeah, exactly.
Because every time we did that, we lost yards, and it's like, what are we doing? Yeah, we have plenty of time. We shouldn't be in a rush, because we're trying to mess with them and catch them off guard. I don't think we ever did that. We always caught ourselves off guard.
Yeah, exactly. We just get lost.
Exactly. But so I don't get why we continued that from the regular season into the postseason.
Yeah, 100%.
When it's just not something that we could ever do.
Just learn from your past mistakes.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it just didn't happen. What was throwing me off is how does our starting QB does not show up to the game? Drew Aller. He was not there. Mentally he was not there. He was physically,
all over
of course
the
he's gonna be there. He didn't just leave. Like what's that dude's name that ran off in the Super Bowl in Tampa Bay? He paid for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
The wide receiver. One of the popular ones. This is me being Polish and not American. Not knowing.
This is me not knowing football as well as most people. Because I am not the biggest sports person. I think you know
we know
that.
you're a car person.
Yeah, car person. Introverted, more indoors. I guess I shouldn't say introverted. That's just
I'm just
part of my personality, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I've just been always the 49ers fan. I don't know if many people know, but yeah, I've been I've been the San Francisco 49ers fan because I lived in California, as I've mentioned before.
Yep.
And it just made me, Niner for life, and that's what it is. And yeah.
All I gotta say is fly, Eagles, fly.
Just
I think
that's just wrong.
That explains everything.
That is just wrong, but
it's not wrong.
Okay.
When you grow up an hour and a half away from Philly for your whole life.
All right, brother. People that grew up here are Eagles fans because their parents are Eagles fans. That's
exactly.
That's like the worst thing that you could say. I'm a fan because my parents are fans. Be yourself, okay? It's like, no.
Just sometimes that's the easiest way to get it across.
But you can change your
I could
team.
almost say I'm the same.
Don't feel guilty for changing your team as you grow older.
You trying to get me to change or something?
No. Just there are better teams out there,
I'm Philadelphia all the way.
Allen.
What's up?
Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills.
I think
Pittsburgh Steelers.
No, not the Steelers.
What's wrong with this? I don't understand people how you cannot like the Steelers. There's nothing I'm a Niners fan. There's nothing anyone can ever get me to not like the Steelers. They're always such a nice. The only thing that I could not like about the Steelers is their head coach because he's kind of annoying in the conference.
Yeah.
When it comes to an interview, he's just kind of annoying in my opinion. But that's just a personal thing. The players, I like.
You see, I don't really have a problem with them. It's just my cousin is a Bengals fan.
A what?
A Bengals fan.
Bengals, okay.
Yeah, and they're in the same division.
Yeah, okay.
So it's I will be rooting for the Bengals over the Steelers.
Okay, well, that makes sense. I mean, I'm not gonna.
You know who I'm not gonna root for though? The Chiefs. Some could say I'm on that bandwagon, but I'll be honest. Even from the very beginning, when they were playing the Patriots, back in when was that?
Patriots before 2020, so 2019.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, because in 2018 Eagles won the Super Bowl.
Yep.
2019 it was the Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in Paris.
Okay.
Right?
So
I'm pretty sure I was in Paris.
It was what, 2020?
Yes, I was in 2019 I was in Paris. That's when Patriots won. 2020 was Kansas City.
Yeah. And that was when they beat the Chiefs, or not the Chiefs. They beat the Patriots then in the AFC Championship, right?
I just know it goes Eagles, Patriots, Chiefs.
Yeah.
Then it goes Rams.
Yep.
No, then it goes Tampa Bay, Rams. Yes. Tampa Bay, because Tom Brady came back.
Yep.
Tampa Bay, Rams, Chiefs.
Yeah. Now hopefully Eagles.
Yes. I absolutely cannot stand the Chiefs, and I cannot stand Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly.
From the
very beginning. Going back to what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
I never liked Patrick Mahomes. Just watching them play. At the time, I was rooting for the Chiefs because I just didn't want the Patriots to win. I joined that bandwagon pretty quick. But at the same time, just really quick, I just didn't like Patrick Mahomes at all. I'll be honest.
There's not much you can like about him.
Weird thing. Bro looks disproportionate.
Do you know his
I think
brother?
That's the best way to say it. His brother? Do you know his brother?
I know about his brother and the video he puts on Snapchat and to the world to see.
What's that?
So his brother is first of all, his brother just sends some zesty videos on the internet that are LGBTQ related.
Is there a problem with that?
No,
Okay.
100% not.
Okay.
It's just that there's a little bit too much skin showing. That's what I'm trying to say. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
There's more just there's nothing wrong with being part of LGBTQ. There's more just what are you putting out on the internet to see when you're Patrick Mahomes' brother? That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
leave it for yourself. Leave it for people that are close to you. Don't put it out for the whole world to see. You know, like we don't gotta see that.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I 100% understand the KC bandwagon of hatred because I totally agree. And yeah, but with that, how are we feeling about the upcoming Super Bowl then? You've said a little bit already.
Yeah. I'll be honest. Don't want to talk about it. I don't want to jinx anything. But again, I know y'all know, I mean, you know who I'm rooting for.
I know who you're rooting for. We don't got to say its name in case we don't want to jinx it.
So it's just us versus the refs.
That's the most beautiful way of putting that. I almost teared up from that. No, because it
us
honestly
versus
is.
It always is. The last time the Eagles were in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
I watched that game. I was on the couch. I watched the whole thing. I was pretty annoyed at that one because like even back then, it was already us versus the refs for the most part.
Oh yeah.
The people I know a lot of people say that holding call like right near the end was entirely justified and legal. I still don't know. Like watching that in real time in person or through the TV. It did not look like anything. It looked like a light brush on the side of him.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
I don't recall I remember.
That's like the main thing I remember because that was the like finishing point of the game basically.
I will say this: the Super Bowls have become a tradition. I always throw a Super Bowl party with my friends, and that's been happening since the Cincinnati versus the Rams.
Okay.
So since that Super Bowl in 2022, I've been throwing a Super Bowl party in my house and just inviting my friends, and we just watch and together. And what actually came out, technically at this point last year, but what came out recently was one of my closest friends is a Chiefs fan, and we didn't know about it till like right now. But his thing is he has been a Chiefs fan pre-Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that's valid then.
So,
but it's still like, I mean, how do you root for them still?
I don't know. I would personally switch a team because I would just feel so horrible about myself.
I would either switch teams or just like ignore the team for a little bit almost. Like just kind of watch the games to watch them.
Yeah.
And just enjoy watching football as opposed to rooting for a specific team, being annoyed if they lose, being happy if they win.
Yeah.
And keeping track of like everything that's going on.
I'm a 49ers fan. We've lost to the Chiefs 2 times in the Super Bowl. So I know what it feels like to lose to the Chiefs, and my hatred for the Chiefs grows higher and higher with every time
Same here.
I see Patrick Mahomes. The only thing that's keeping me somewhat liking the Chiefs is the fact that they're showing Taylor Swift on the TV because it honestly brings me joy. Coming. It brings me joy to see all the Chiefs fans getting annoyed at showing Taylor Swift, and I'm just like, show her more because she is more interesting than those paid refs. It brings me joy to just like see her in the stands and just like get excited for the team, and people are like, no, she's not the team. I want to watch the game. She's not taking over NFL. Clearly she is.
Yeah.
And either accept it or not, it's what's getting NFL their money. And
that money's going straight to the refs.
Yeah, exactly.
So then they could show more Swift.
Talking about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, the tight end for Kansas City Chiefs, did you see that they're making a Hallmark movie of them both?
Nah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They're making a Hallmark romance movie of an athlete, and that is of a popular athlete and a singer that fall in love. You can Google it if you want to.
I don't think I do.
Yeah,
I'll
so
be honest.
it's happening. Of course, I don't think neither of them are featuring in the movie. I'm pretty sure it's just people playing them. But it's weirdly based off of them because you can tell that the actress that's playing Taylor Swift is made to be looks like it's Taylor Swift. And the athlete that is played as Travis Kelce is clearly on a red team.
Yeah.
And he's a tight end, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's so many similarities that it's like you can tell that it's a Hallmark movie about them. But I was just like, when I heard about that made me like, she's done it. Like, it's like she did it. Like, she changed so many things. Like, for football industry, you have women watching football just to see Taylor Swift on the TV. You're
getting views, but not for technically not for the right thing.
Yeah, but it's amazing how one person can change so much. That's what I'm trying to say. It's actually amazing. I'm not gonna get into Taylor Swift right now.
Mm-hmm.
I like Taylor Swift. I like her music. I've changed my views over the years. I used to be like, I don't understand what's the hype about Taylor Swift. I'm just not a big fan. And now I know a lot of her songs, and I actually follow her music. And I guess I can say I'm waiting for the Reputation Taylor Swift version, because that's what all the Swifties are waiting for. I don't know if
I listen to a lot of music too.
Yeah.
Not her music.
That's okay. I mean, I'm not those type of people that is like, you should absolutely listen to Taylor Swift, because everything is for everybody.
The super Swifties.
Yeah, I mean, those are the crazy type of supporters, but which is okay. I'm whatever. How much you want to support someone, it's not up to me. Like, be yourself, but don't shove it up anyone's face, like with many other things that happen across the world. But yeah. But what music do you listen to?
Again, I would listen to like everything.
Yeah.
So rock, heavy metal, like a ton of genres within rock. I'll listen to some pop, indie music, rap music. Every now and then I pull out the jazz music.
Okay. Jazz music is amazing.
Jazz music is amazing, but it's like a once in a blue moon sort of thing.
You know what set me on jazz music?
What's that? Or is it Who's That?
Huh? It's what?
What? Okay.
La La Land.
I've never watched that.
You absolutely have to watch that movie. I cry every time I watch that movie. I will say that. That movie, people call it a horror movie. Something that is like so scary. I find that movie so beautiful and so touching. The beauty of love and how life goes, because it's not always all happy ending, and it's not always positive in your life. And I think it's just beautiful way to represent how life can hit you and how it can change from just like that. How two people that are meant for each other that just did not come together in the right time. And I think it's beautiful. But that movie set me on jazz, and because he's this jazz player that is so passionate about jazz, after I watched that movie, I wanted to listen to jazz. I wanted to learn about jazz, and I actually do listen to jazz, not as often as I would like to, just because after a while it's a little bit like, all right, I need some words, I need some lyrics, I need something different. But I do listen occasionally. Yeah.
I think what got me into jazz was actually back in maybe like 4th grade.
Okay.
Learning about Louis Armstrong.
Okay, interesting.
Because we got the whole story about how he grew up. He got a trumpet, and he played that trumpet like all the time. He learned it very well, and then eventually brought in his voice, that deep, gravelly voice.
Like Elvis. Did you watch the Elvis movie with Austin Butler in it or no?
I did not.
You need to watch it. It's a good movie. I don't know how much of it is true, but it's a good representation of what a movie should look like. Yeah. Of what a movie about someone should look like. Yeah.
I'll add that to the list.
Yeah. That is fairly long.
I've watched some pretty long movies, like The Lord of the Rings.
Fairly long list of movies that you still need to watch. That's what I meant.
Yeah, that too.
Yep.
But yeah, that got me like initially into it, and then we started listening in class. we had a couple of other people that we listened to. I can't remember the names of them off the top of my head, but it was other trumpet players. One that was able to make like these crazy sounds with a trumpet.
Okay.
And then the other one actually didn't play trumpet. They played piano, but they were blind.
Oh wow!
And that was something just really interesting to watch.
That is beautiful.
And from there, it was like, I want to listen to some more of this. Like I was really digging it when I was in class, and it stuck around.
No, that's great. I love stories like that. I mean, just what represents, and people are amazing. People are incredible. I still stand with that every day. I mean, some things, being able to learn how to play the piano. I cannot play piano. I would love to learn how to play piano.
Nor can I.
It's one of my things, to be able to play beautiful music. But being blind and being able to do that, it's absolutely breathtaking for me.
Oh yeah.
But I'm really happy that we're both sharing the jazz enthusiasm and rock enthusiasm. Metal on and off with me.
Same.
You know what I got myself into recently?
What's that?
Country music.
Yeah, I'm back on country music.
I never was.
You never was?
I hated country music for the longest time. And I don't know what happened to me. It's possible series of events that happened in my life that got me to be like, you know what, let's give this country music a chance. But what has to be said, I think like there's so much country music. I don't like the my red truck drinking beer and that type of like country music. I'm more like a slow country music and just like this like beautiful country music about like love and about like growing up and like the years that pass by and just like maybe sometimes it's people that are in a depressive state of mind and just like creating music, and it's sometimes sad, sometimes it's happy. It's like just this slower type of country music that is very much like guitar and almost acoustic version of
like
of songs.
Pure country music.
Exactly. And
that's my favorite.
Yeah, I find it so beautiful.
Like I actually listened to a decent amount of country music growing up until I was maybe like 10, 11. And what got me to dislike it was I unintentionally over-listened to it, mainly because my cousins would play it all the time, or
makes sense.
I usually played video games with my one cousin a lot because our age gap is actually only 6 months apart.
Okay.
So we were basically best friends growing up.
Yeah.
So we would play video games a lot together, and bro would always be singing. And it's like, do we really have to do this?
I always sing. When something is happening, I've been people that know me, people that have known me, I always sing, and they're always like, please shut the fuck up. Like,
you see, I let him go, and then every time I would kind of like
tune in.
Yeah, or like start singing my own song when bro isn't singing. He would tell me to stop. I was like,
yeah, it's like,
you serious right now?
Yeah.
Like, why?
I've never heard you sing, so I don't know if you even sing well, but does it ever happen in a car though?
Singing?
Yeah.
Yeah, alone in the car.
Yeah? When you drive to your car meets?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Long drives, sometimes short drives, but mainly like long drives, I'll be singing almost the whole time. The playlist I have now, well, actually, I guess I don't really have a playlist, but I have a bunch of different songs from different genres that will get flipped through if I'm listening to like my DJ, or if I'm if I just like pick a song on Spotify, press play, and then I let the songs go. I know a ton of them now.
Yeah.
So trips like when I drove down to Florida, 14-hour drive.
Yeah, I was about to ask you about that.
I sang for like 11 hours.
Wow. Okay. That's
music blasting. I was vibing. It was so much fun. That got me through that drive. It made it probably one of the most enjoyable drives I think I've had.
That's the most important, because I drove to Atlanta to Georgia. Mm-hmm. No.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah. No, wait. I said it correctly.
You said it right. You said it right.
I don't know what happened there.
So many cities, so many states.
Yeah, but I drove to Atlanta for for the Peach Bowl.
Yeah.
Not the one that was this year, but the one last year before that. I drove my friend Ian, that is an Old Dominion, and we both drove. So that was an amazing drive. I drove the whole way there and whole way back. We didn't switch, so I drove the whole way, and I enjoyed it so much. It was just beautiful seeing everything as we passed by, and you know, regions that you have never been to, and the gas prices there were actually so beautiful. So but when you can see a gas price that is like $2.50. Oh, beautiful.
And the speed limits on I-90.
Yeah.
They're just great.
Yeah.
Because you're just cruising. It's like, this feels good.
Exactly. I remember.
And then, even when I went, it was, early March. So it was cold up here. And I was just going and eventually getting close to Florida. Put the windows down. It's nice and warm.
Yeah.
I watched the scenery go from dead trees, just barren landscape to
green again,
yeah. And I got to watch the sunrise within all that because I left at 4:30 in the morning.
That's how we left when we went to Atlanta. We were down at my dad's place, so the drive was already 2.5 hours shorter because we already made that distance.
Yeah.
But we left at like 4:30, so we could get there. Like I think we got there like 4 or 5 p.m. something like that. 4:30.
I left at 4:30, got there at 7 p.m.
Yeah, sounds about
7,
right.
8.
Yeah. So yeah, but so car meets. You wanna maybe like jot us down. So what brings you into the car meet community? I really want to push this question because you drove down to Florida, but like I want to know like what is a car meet community? Because I know a little bit from my friend Logan back in California, and the car meet community there is huge, but I want to know what are your experiences as being someone from Pennsylvania in car meet communities? Because I don't feel like I've seen car meets up here.
Yeah, there's. So I've looked around to try and find some around Penn State or Altoona, Pittsburgh area. I can't find any. I'll be honest. It seems like they're very small, kind of like pop-up meets that happen.
If anyone knows any car meets, please put it down. Comment in the down below because. Yeah, exactly. But
yeah, I want to go to some more car meets. There's a Mazda 3 I know that's over near the Pittsburgh area. And I met up with them last year and got some pictures together. But I hit them up like just last week. I was like, "Yo, are there any car meets around here or like around out there that I could go to this weekend?" And he was like, "There's just this one." And it was this big show. I was like, like personally, I just didn't really want to go to one of those.
Yeah, okay.
I like the smaller car meets where it's like free. You enter, you get to walk around, look at all the cars. Yeah. It doesn't have to be specifically show cars, because there's always cool builds, whether or not they look good.
Yeah.
I'm personally more of a show build kind of person, as well as a driving kind of person. I value driving before a good-looking car, but I value a good-looking car before a highly like power modified car.
Okay, it makes sense.
But yeah, so I guess a lot of meets over in the Philly area because that's where I go.
Yeah,
it's a lot of pretty nice cars. I don't know if you know, but over in Philly we have a McLaren dealership, Lamborghini dealership. I'm pretty sure there's a Maserati dealership. There's even a Pagani dealership.
You see, you told me that, and that doesn't really make an impressive impression on me. In my town in California, there was
true. There's going to be a ton of those over in California.
Yeah, so I lived in a town where my middle school was here.
Mm-hmm.
You walk. You go around this is for YouTube viewers, so you have to, because we're trying to get it on Spotify, but you walk out of the middle school, you walk around the corner, and there's Lamborghini, Maserati, and like McLaren, like exactly like how you said it.
Okay.
And it was like right next to the middle school, so it's like
that would be cool. Yeah. Now, personally, I've kind of grown out of these cars or those types of cars. I still love to see them.
Yeah.
But I want to see if I'm going to look at one, I would rather it be either a super rare spec that's really tasteful.
Koenigseggs,
or I'll always go look at a Koenigsegg. There's one over in Philly.
Yeah.
It's real nice burgundy with exposed carbon. The entire thing actually is carbon, but the red is like stained red.
Oh,
so you can see you get up close, you see the carbon within that paint.
Beautiful.
It's so nice.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
Every time I see it, it's like, oh, it's just such a nice car.
Yeah.
And it's always surrounded. Like I'm a photographer.
Yeah.
As a hobby, at least.
You can plug your Instagram in the below for people to see.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I guess I'll just say it quick. It's CM_MZ3.
Want to say that again?
CM_MZ3, not CM.MZ3 or like CMMZ3, CM_MZ3.
Yep.
And yeah, I like to post a lot of my car, but I do have a photography account which is linked within that account.
Yeah.
And I'll take pictures of all the other cars that I see at these car meets that I actually personally really like.
Yeah.
I believe right now there's a Ford GT on there. I haven't posted it in forever, but I think there's actually 2 Ford GTs on there in one post. My car's on there because I just needed to add some filler.
Yeah, makes sense.
There's a Subaru, and there's one other car. I can't remember off the top of my head.
It's okay.
I have a ton of pictures that are backed up that I just never edited.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about getting those edited and putting them up.
Yeah, makes sense. Tomorrow on the bus.
Maybe. It's a 5 4.5 hour, 5 hour.
We're driving around 5 hours. We estimate to get there at 10:30.
Yeah.
We leave at 5:30. So
yeah.
So yeah.
Maybe then, yeah.
Yeah.
But I've always wanted to take pictures of that Koenigsegg.
Yeah.
I just can't because the space around it is pretty limited.
Yeah. That's okay.
But yeah. Besides the nice cars, there are a bunch of crazy builds. There's several YouTubers who aren't like crazy big, but they have a decent following.
Okay.
And they'll sometimes show up. There's one over in Harrisburg. I don't know if you've heard of him. Street Speed 717.
No, but maybe some of our viewers have.
Maybe.
Yeah.
He's got. I haven't watched him in forever. I didn't really ever watch him that much.
Yeah.
But he's had a bunch of cool supercars. He had an SVJ.
Yeah.
I think he might actually still have the SVJ. He's had C8s, some older Corvettes, and then he's had a bunch of cool trucks. But it's always cool to see like those people show up because we don't have that many people.
Yeah.
And yeah. Besides that, there's always other cool cars that are personally or privately owned.
No, I bet.
That are well built.
Yeah,
and it's always fun to show up, park next to them.
Yeah. I mean, the Miatas are great always.
Oh yeah,
I love
you gotta love Miatas.
You know, from the influence from my friend Logan, but
yep.
You know, the Miata influence, I love to. Now I get all over my Instagram reels just Miatas. I love to look at them, but I think the car community overall is just an amazing thing. I love to support, watch, whatever. I just love to see it happen. I was at a car meet in Denver with Logan.
Ooh.
Actually, I have a couple of pictures of it, so I can show it to you. But I think I have showed it to you before.
Yeah.
Beautiful cars. Now I was loving it. I'm a Ford Mustang kind of guy, so it's my favorite car.
I love the Mustangs also.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I don't like though?
What?
Takeovers.
Okay.
You've heard of them?
No.
How?
Takeovers.
That's surprising. Takeovers are the worst. It's basically a big group of just idiotic like teenagers.
Oh, and they take over the meet?
They take over just an intersection.
Oh,
and they block the entire road and they start like sliding their cars in circles.
Oh, I've seen those. Yeah.
And then they start running into each other.
Yeah.
And then they start running into the crowd and then all the cops show up. They can't do anything.
Exactly.
And that's ruining the car community.
Never happened.
You never saw it over in California. That's the biggest place for them to happen.
Okay.
And it's just because those are the things that get all the like all the news companies and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Focus on that, and it's like, well, that's not what the true car community is. Exactly. That's just a bunch of immature kids.
It's news. What are we gonna do about that? But
it's just it puts a damper on the car community and what it really is.
Do we want to close the podcast by talking about a little bit more about the New York City trip.
I guess we could, yeah.
Yeah, so tomorrow we leave 5:30 a.m. We get there at 10:30 a.m. and we're going to our site right away.
Right away.
We're just dropping our bags in the hotel, and then right away. Exactly, and we get back straight into the bus. We go to our site, which is in Queens.
Yep.
And then
I'm looking forward to that. It seems like it's going to be a sick site.
The site, whatever. I'm like.
I'm personally so excited to start this project.
Properly. I've been excited, but it's kind of dragging. Like I'm like I will get excited when I get into it. Like I was excited, but now like come on,
I've been excited. I've just been.
This whole site analysis that we are doing is so annoying.
Yeah.
I cannot it's like I just want to get over it. Like bruh.
Recently I've been a little bit more enthusiastic about it, but for the most part it's been like I just don't want to do this.
Yeah,
it's been very unmotivating.
Yeah.
And I've just been waiting a little bit impatiently for this project to start.
Yeah, exactly. And then we're let go at 7 p.m. So I don't know what people are gonna be doing. I don't even know what we're gonna be doing. But some people are going out, and I'm like, I'm not gonna go out. Forget about it. But
I'm definitely not going out.
Well, I'm gonna go out for dinner.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
like,
you gotta do that.
You're not going out. Yeah. Going out.
Yeah.
And then the next day, the Death March. Again,
Death March. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to Shake Shack. I really want. That's like my favorite part because we're gonna be at these old beautiful buildings, and then there's just Shake Shack. Like it's literally a Shake Shack that is like it's not even a building. It's just like a food cart.
Yeah.
It's like what are we like? I don't know what Jamie's gonna be showing us.
Yeah, I have no clue. I mean, you can't. I know you said classic buildings, but you can't ignore the Apple Store. That's one of the stops.
Apple Store is absolutely amazing. I love.
I wonder if I really wonder if we're gonna go in or if we're just gonna stand up in that courtyard.
I wonder too. 60 people inside of the Apple Store is gonna be a little bit crazy, and I feel like they're gonna kick us out.
Well, I don't think they would even let us in the first place because there's the guy at the top.
Oh yeah, there's a security guy. Absolutely will not let us in.
Yeah, but that would be funny if we all managed to pack ourselves into that Apple Store. I mean, it's big, but like there's already gonna be a pretty big crowd in there that are actually shopping.
Yeah, exactly.
And not just us looking at the chrome just cylinder that's in the center with the steps.
Yeah, exactly.
The glass steps.
Yeah. All right. We need to wrap this podcast up because it's past 7 p.m. over here as we're recording this, and I have to go in. I have stuff to do, so...
Yeah, you've got a meeting.
Yeah, exactly. So
I've got pictures to take.
Exactly.
Not hobby pictures. I actually have to take pictures for architecture.
For architecture, so yeah.
Still fun.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for tuning in.
Yep.
And stay ready for the episode 3 coming out with the special guest, whoever it is. I hope you guys like him or her. That's the real question.
Somebody that might be on our New York trip.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess you guys have to wait and see, and we will catch you in the next episode. Comment, like, and subscribe, and thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes, thank you very much. See ya.